The truth about the law of attraction. What if the law of attraction is neither a magical secret nor a complete lie? What if the universe is not arranging money, success, and love around your thoughts, but your thoughts are quietly shaping the person who either moves towards those things or remains exactly where they are? For years, millions of people have been told the same promise. Think positively. Visualize your dream. Believe it has already happened, and somehow the universe will deliver it. This idea has sold books, courses, seminars, coaching programs, vision boards, and daily affirmations. It has created an industry worth enormous amounts of money, all built around one seductive message. Your thoughts can create your reality. It sounds empowering, but it can also become dangerous. Because when success arrives, people credit manifestation. When it does not, they blame themselves. Perhaps you did not believe deeply enough. Perhaps your vibration was too low. Perhaps you allowed one negative thought to block the universe. And slowly, a hopeful idea becomes a system in which the teacher can never be wrong, but the struggling person always is. So, does the law of attraction actually work? The honest answer is more interesting than either side admits. Your thoughts do influence your life, but probably not in the way you have been sold. Imagine a young man named Daniel. Every night, Daniel watched videos about wealth and success. He created a vision board filled with luxury homes, expensive cars, and a life of freedom. He wrote affirmations on his wall. I am successful. Money flows easily towards me. My dream life is already mine. For a few minutes each morning, Daniel felt powerful. He could almost see himself living that future. But after visualizing, he returned to the same routine. He avoided difficult work. He delayed learning new skills. He waited for the perfect opportunity. Whenever nothing changed, he did not question the method. He questioned his belief. Maybe I am too negative, he thought. Maybe I am blocking abundance. 1 year passed. His vision board remained full. His life remained unchanged. Daniel had been taught how to imagine the destination, but not how to cross the distance between where he was and where he wanted to be. And this is the hidden problem with manifestation. A dream can give you direction, but a dream can also give you the emotional reward of success before you have earned it. For a moment, imagining the perfect future feels almost like living inside it. You feel relieved, confident, and complete. But if that feeling is not connected to action, the fantasy becomes a substitute for progress. You stop building the future because your mind has already enjoyed a small piece of it. This does not mean visualization is useless. Athletes, performers, speakers, and professionals often mentally rehearse difficult actions before performing them. Imagining a movement or situation can help sharpen attention, reduce uncertainty, and prepare the mind for what comes next. But notice what serious performers visualize. They do not merely picture themselves holding a trophy. They picture the race, the pressure, the difficult movement, the possibility of error, and the response they will make when something goes wrong. They do not use imagination to escape reality. They use it to prepare for reality. That is the difference between fantasy and effective visualization. Fantasy says, I already have everything I want. Effective visualization says, this is what I want. This is what may stop me, and this is how I will respond. Thoughts do not send a secret frequency into the universe, but they influence your attention. When a goal becomes clear, you begin noticing information connected to it. You recognize opportunities you previously ignored. You ask different questions. You tolerate discomfort for longer because the effort now has meaning. Your mind does not magically pull the destination towards you. It begins helping you recognize roads that were already there. But recognizing a road is not the same as walking on it. That is why the most useful version of the law of attraction must include something that the billion-dollar manifestation industry often places in the background: the law of action. A powerful goal requires three things. First, create a clear destination. Do not simply say, "I want a better life." Better in what way? Do you want financial stability, stronger health, meaningful work, emotional peace, or a healthier relationship? A vague dream produces vague behavior. Give your mind a target it can recognize. Not, "I want to become successful," but "I want to develop this skill, complete this project, contact these people, and reach this measurable result." Clarity turns desire into direction. Second, confront the real obstacle. This is a step most motivational advice avoids. Do not only imagine the future you want. Ask what is currently preventing it. Is it lack of knowledge, fear of rejection, poor discipline, an unhealthy environment, limited resources, or the habit of waiting until you feel motivated? The obstacle is not negative energy. It is information. When you name the obstacle honestly, you stop fighting an invisible enemy and begin solving a real problem. Daniel eventually understood that his main obstacle was not the universe. It was avoidance. He loved thinking about success, but he feared being a beginner. He wanted the reward without facing the stage where his work might be ignored, criticized, or rejected. Once he admitted this, he could finally create a real plan. Third, connect the obstacle to a specific action. Do not promise yourself that you will work harder. Decide what you will do when the predictable obstacle appears. If I feel like delaying my work, I will begin with 10 focus minutes. If I fear sending my application, I will send one before noon. If I miss one workout, I will return the next day instead of abandoning the week. If I do not know the next step, I will spend 30 minutes learning it, rather than 30 minutes worrying about it. This is where a wish becomes behavior. And behavior, repeated long enough, begins to change identity. You stop saying, "I'm trying to become disciplined." You become someone who acts even when motivation is absent. Daniel removed most of the luxury pictures from his wall. In their place, he wrote 3 questions. What do I want? What is stopping me? What will I do today? His dream did not disappear. It became more honest. He still visualized the future. But now he also visualized the difficult conversation, the rejected application, the early morning, the slow improvement, and the moment he would want to quit. Then he practiced continuing. Months later, his life had not transformed through one miraculous event. It transformed through hundreds of ordinary actions that no one applauded. And perhaps that is the real secret. You do not attract a new life simply by thinking about it. You build it by allowing a meaningful thought to become a decision to become an action, and an action to become a pattern. Positive thinking cannot replace medical treatment. It cannot control other people. It cannot erase poverty, injustice, illness, chance, or circumstances beyond your control. And it does not mean that everyone who suffers created their suffering through negative thoughts. That belief is not empowerment. It is cruelty disguised as spirituality. But your mind is still powerful. Not because it commands the universe, but because it influences what you believe is worth attempting. It affects what you notice, what you practice, what you endure, and whether you rise again after disappointment. So, use visualization. But visualize the process, not only the prize. Believe in possibility, but do not use belief to deny reality. Speak encouraging words to yourself, but make sure your actions are strong enough to support them. The universe may not deliver the life you imagine, but a clear mind, an honest plan, and consistent action can make you capable of creating more than you currently believe. So ask yourself, are you using your dream as a direction or as a place to hide from the work? Write down the future you want. Then write down the obstacle standing between you and it. And finally, choose one action you can complete today. Because your thoughts may open the door, but only your actions can carry you through it. Share this video with someone who has a dream but feels trapped between belief and reality. And subscribe to VeraMind, not for comforting illusions, but for stories that reveal the hidden forces shaping the way we think, choose, and live. VeraMind, truth behind every story.